friends. How are we? Are we good? Oops, I don't even have my camera set up. I was just on the phone. So I'm not even sure I've got all my things set up the way I need to have them set up. How is everybody? As you hop on, say hello. I am in the midst of actually working on a card. That's what I was doing while I was talking. Hello. It is Thursday. What day is it today? I have no idea. It's Thursday, November 13th. And we are going to be doing something super fun tonight. I'm going to bring back an old technique we have not done in a while. Excuse me. When I did this technique in the past, I used different products. So we're going to try to recreate this project using some of the new product. So as you hop on, say hello and let me know that you are here. And what do I want to share with you? So we as demonstrators were able to see the new mini that goes live in January. Hello, Joanne. So we were able to see that yesterday. I had a very late night getting home, so I very quickly looked at it. It's quite nice. Hi, Kim. And we can pre-order as demonstrators November 18th. So I will be ordering just a handful of catalogs. I'm not ordering many. And then I'll do my pre-order of the things that I want to showcase. So, yeah, so that is happening right now. And, what else do I want to tell you? Brushed with Beauty class with Stampin' Up is coming up next week. I have my own Brush with Beauty class coming up. I did post a reel with some of the cards that I've designed for that class, and I'm so excited. It's such a beautiful suite. Lots of big changes coming in my world as far as my business. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that. I've just made the decision that things have to change. And I hope that they're going to be positive changes, and I hope you will follow me along as we go down this journey. Lots of thought has been going into this decision, and a lot of thought. Hello, Heather. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. I'm just trying to work out some more details and that kind of thing. So I'm hoping to have that announcement out shortly. But yeah. So, I see Sharon. Hello. So is everybody having a great week? I hope we're all having a great week. My yesterday was incredibly terrible, but today was a much better day. So we're moving forward. All right. Do you want to get started? I see there's a couple of us here. Okay. And usually what happens is that when I start my videos, there's not many folks here with us, not many friends with us. And then as time goes on, we seem to add more and more people. So I'm hoping that more people hop on. If not, you can always catch me on a replay, #replay, if you're watching on a replay. So are we ready? Okay, here we go. I'm going to see what happens with my, camera. Can you see that? Oh, my camera's frozen. Uh-oh, hang on. Hang on, stay with me. See what happens. There we go. That's better. I had my camera over to the side. Hello, Marlon. Excuse me. Okay. So here is my disastrous of a mess. Couple things that we're going to... Okay, so do you want to see what we're doing? Want to see what we're doing? Can you see this? Now, this one's not amazing, okay, because I was really rushing to do this one. But this is the new take on Faux Patina. So when I did this in the past, we would have used our, what were those things called? I don't have them close. They were the, I should play a game. If you could figure out what I'm trying to say and you guessed correctly, then you should win a prize. I feel like we need to do that. The elements, they were those elements. They were like a liquid. I feel like I'm on that show. What's that $1,000 pyramid? Is that the one where they give the clues and you have to guess what it is that we're doing? I feel like that's what I'm doing tonight. I can't think of the name of them. Anyway, so we're going to try this. So I did this one with very vanilla, and again, just tried to see if it would actually work. And I used the gold embossing powder on this one. But we can, hi Suzanne, we can actually use like bronze, gold type of embossing powder. Sorry, words are hard today for me. My brain function is minimal today. Okay, so I have both white and very vanilla. I actually feel like I prefer to do this with very vanilla cardstock. And the reason I want to do that is because it is intended to be more of a vintage type of a look. Okay. So how many of you guys have actually done this technique before? It's technically called Faux Patina. This is not how I have done Faux Patina in the past. This is a different one for me. But if you were in my technique club, you know that we had done this with the something elements, metallic elements. Is that what they were called? But this is a little bit different. Kind of the same concept, not really the same concept. So I'm curious to know if anybody has done this technique. Hi, Pamela. Okay, so I'm going to start with very vanilla, but I was very kind of proactive. I'm trying to design cards over here and I've got stuff thrown to the side. Okay, so I don't know if I want to use a sunflower one yet because I don't know what that's going to turn out like. So how I have used this technique or what I've done for this technique in the past, not me. Okay. So I like to use embossing folders that are kind of like our well scripted or are I was going to say exposed brick, but that's not what this one is called. And then, or like this damask one, right? So I like to use something like this. So for this one, I actually used this embossing folder, exposed brick. I think is that what that's called? I don't know. Words are hard. Trying to remember all these names is hard too. So really just something kind of like this type of a look is what I like to use. Maybe you've done this with a different one. I pulled out the sunflower one because I thought, it might be kind of fun to actually try it with that as well. So let's do one. Which one do we want to use? So let's go 1, 2, and 3. These two are kind of similar, but not similar, if that helps. So damask will be 1, the exposed brick will be 2, and the time well worn embossing folder will be 3. So 1, 2, or 3, if you let me know which one you want me to use. And if you're just hopping on, say hello so that I know that you're here. And this is what we're making tonight, which is a faux patina. This was done very quickly. So we're going to finish off the card and that kind of thing. So if anybody has any preference, hello, Lorna May. How are you? Hello, Margaret. Thank you for coming, guys. So yeah, so 1, 2, or 3, we need to pick an embossing folder. So I'm seeing a 2 and I'm seeing a 3. These two are very, very similar. So if whichever one we pick will be fine. I might actually just pick this time well worn one, just because this one here is this one, which I know you probably cannot tell in camera, but it is. Okay, so let's see. All right, I did not even get my inks out. I didn't do any of these things because I was too busy talking. 1 and 3. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, have you ever, I'm sure you guys have seen this before. I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm actually going to put it right on my embossing folder. Okay, and I'm using Balmy Blue to do this. Now, you could probably do this with any color. I just find the light blue is nice because it kind of gives it a soft hue. Okay, now we're going to do more than one card, so we can always switch up our embossing folders. Okay, so I'm going to put my very vanilla cardstock in here. I'm going to close up my ink pad. It looks like nothing is going on my embossing folder. Like you can't really even see the blue. It's very, very pale. I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Okay. My embossing machine. So bear with me. So I got here tonight and realized that my crafting bag is in my car because I did a workshop the other night, private workshop, and all of my tools and things are all out in my car. So we're gonna just have to fly by the seat of our pants. Okay, so I don't know if you guys, you probably can't tell on camera, but this has a very, very pale shade of blue on it. Okay, so it just, all that really does is just kind of softens the paper a little bit, gives it a bit of a base. So for those of you that just hopped on a little while ago, we're doing a new take on Faux Patina. And I'm just curious if anybody has done Faux Patina in the past. I know if you were in my technique club, we have, but we did it with the metallic elements. So I'm just curious to see how many people have done this before. Okay, so here is my card. All of a sudden I'm like, how in the heck did I do this before? Okay, so I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm going to use Lost Lagoon and maybe just those two colors for right now. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my blending brush. This is my crumb cake. And I'm going to start off on my paper. And I'm just sponging this. Hi, Rita. Rita says she's not done this before. Okay, so I'm starting off my glass mat. And I'm sponging. Okay. So if you've not done this before, then this might be super fun for you. So I'm sponging over the blue. Okay. And then I'm going to use my Lost Lagoon. And again, I'm going to start off the paper. This is where the glass mat comes in really, really nice because, like really handy because you can start off your paper without it really being too clumsy. Okay. So I can add more after. I might just add a little bit more blue because the blue is very pale. And sometimes that's my ink pad. Just gonna add a little bit more. Just because pale, the balmy blue is very, very pale, which is okay. Okay. Now, so this is what I have so far. This is stunning on its own. It really is. Now, what I need to do is I need to bring in, we're going to do some embossing. Yes, we are, my friends. We are going to do some embossing. I'm going to make the executive decision to do this one in copper, I believe, just to mix things up a little bit. Okay, so I'm using my embossing buddy, and I'm tapping to take any static off. Okay. I'm going to put this to the side. I am now going to take my Versamark. Okay, I'm going to try to do this without actually touching it. This is kind of hard, kind of hard to do when I'm trying not to get any, so I'll show you in just a second what I mean, but my other one, you have very distinct lines and I don't like that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put this into my tray. This is my gold, so where would be my copper? This one, my copper? This is my copper. So these are embossing powders. These are Wow. Oh. Just bear with me for a don't know what that is actually. Oh, it's dissolving. That's weird. Okay. And I'm going to kind of sprinkle this. And I think what happened, my friends, is I think I waited too long or I used the wrong Versamark. I have a Versamark that's not very sticky. That might be what I used. Okay, well, we're just going to go with it because there's not really a right and a wrong to this technique. Okay, I'm going to move my embossing powder out of the way for right now because, well, if you know me, you know. Okay, I'm going to now take my heat tool. Okay, and I'm going to heat this up. And if you know about the heat tool, you know that it takes a little bit, but once it starts, it's very quick. So there you go. You can see it starting here in the corner. So it goes from a powder to a liquid rather quickly. Okay. That took way longer than I should have. Now, I'm going to show you my original one. Oh, I actually need to heat this some more. It's not completely heated. Hang on one second. Hang on. Stand by. Okay, that's a little better. Still not 100%, but so look at the difference. Okay, this one, hi Sheila. This one we put way too much on it, but I honestly think it's my Versamark. I think I grabbed the wrong one, I think. So now what I'm going to do is I want to soften this a little bit. So I'm actually going to bring in some of my crumb cake. And we're going to do a couple of these so we can kind of experiment. Now, I will tell you also that depending on the embossing folder that you use, it makes a big, big difference. Okay, so that's the brown. Let's bring in some Lost Lagoon. I think there's a couple spots here that are not, that are actually not completely heated. Okay, so the really cool thing about this is that you can actually cut this into strips if you choose. Or you can use it as a background or what have you. Okay, so I need to heat this a little bit more. I can tell just by looking at that it's not amazing. Okay, so I need a card base to go along with this. So pick any color you want, because we're going to actually use our new Brushed with Beauty dies for this one. So I'm going to use this one and maybe this one to create this card. Okay, so go ahead and give me some colors of some card bases. I'm going to clean up my copper embossing powder here because I know me, I'm going to make it a disastrous mess. I would like to try this with the sunflower embossing folder. I think that would look really cool. So the more detailed, more like 3D type embossing folder you use, I find actually works better for this technique. But like I said, in the past, we have used the metallic elements, which was like kind of like a liquidy, what would you call that? I'm not sure actually what you would call it, but it was pretty fun. Blizzard Hickory, oh sorry, Lost Lagoon brown card base. Okay, I see where you guys are going with this. Okay, I'm going to use a crumb cake. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for some of the elements that we're going to cut out. Okay? Is that fair? Blue. She also says blue. Balmy blue. That would be nice too. Maybe we will do balmy blue. Oh, now I got some here. I missed some. Missed some. Okay. Okay. Balmy blue. Let me see what I have here. Let me see. Balmy blue. I have pool party. I have nope. Okay, let's do a balmy blue. Yeah, so my bone folder is out in the car. All my things are in the car. Didn't think to bring it in because it was on the floor in the back, and I did not see it. My take your pick tool is in there. All the things. Okay. Oh, can I show you something? Can I show you something? Boop, boop. Cool? Did you guys like that? Yeah, that's fun. Okay, on to the next thing. So we're going to adhere this down. Okay. Do we like the blue? Or do we want a crumb cake? I don't have crumb cake close by. I do have crumb cake close by. Now I'm telling fibs. Fibs, I say. Just to give you an idea. Whatever blues you have. Does anybody have any thoughts on this? Do we like one over the other? Trying to decide. I kind of like the crumb cake. Okay, let's just go blue. I'm going to stop doubting myself. Crumb cake, crumb cake. Okay. I made that a couple of weeks back. And I kept forgetting to to post it. It might show up someplace very special very soon. Well, you'll have to stay tuned to figure out what that special is. Okay, I hate not having a bone folder. Hate it, hate it. Okay. Let's do this for a second. Okay. All right, let's do this for a minute. Okay. crumb cake. Okay. Crumb cake makes the ink pop. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to, okay, and all my good glue is outside. Ugh. I hate when I do silly things like that. I was so worried about making sure the cat came in to have her supper. Mind you, I was not looking in the back seat on the floor for my bag, so. And I don't get the car very often these days, so. Okay. So I'm going to just hold this down for just a minute. I might actually do this instead, just to, okay, help us. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3. So if you have not signed up for this class, sad for you. Sad. Because it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful suite. Okay, I'm going to do this one in Lost Lagoon. I'm going to do this one in Crumb Cake. I'm going to do this one in Balmy Blue, I think. I could do this one in Vellum. Vellum? You guys tell me. Vellum? I said Lost Lagoon for this one. Stand by. Things that make you go, I'm just looking for my Lost Lagoon, friends. I thought I had scraps of it, but apparently I do not. So, let's just grab a piece of this. I know I have scraps of it. I'm just not sure where. Are you guys still with me? Okay, I'm going to cut this in half. All right, here we go. Lost Lagoon. Here we come. There we go. Okay. So, Lost Lagoon. This one, am I doing it in Vellum, or am I going to do this one in Crumb Cake? I'm going to use my Stylish Shapes here, and I'm actually going to put a circle here. And the reason I'm putting the circle here is because this is a lot going on right here, and I don't love it. So I might use a piece of Very Vanilla to cut my circle. Okay. You guys still with me? You guys are really super quiet. Things that make you go, Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. have all these things die cut and ready to go. But I do feel like that kind of takes away from all the fun. Right? Okay. Kim says vellum. Where did this go? Where did this come from? Here. Okay. What do you think? Vellum. Kim says vellum. So we're going vellum. Okay. So those of you that are local, don't forget, Sunday is the Kit Together class. And then I can do this one in Balmy Blue. Now this one does have a stamp, but I feel like I kind of want to stamp it first. I feel like it, oh, that's the dice. That's not going to help me. I feel like I want to stamp this one. Are you guys patiently watching? Because you're not really saying much. I want to make sure I didn't lose you. Okay, here we go. I need my piece of very vanilla. So quiet tonight. So quiet. Patiently watching. Oh, that's very pale. This is part of the problem. My Balmy Blue is very, very pale. Okay, so I'm going to die cut this. I'm here. Okay, good. Okay. Just die cut this out. So you can't actually even tell that this is, you can't see this. I know you can't see that it's been stamped. Okay, you guys are here. Okay, sometimes I think like the connection drops. But I'm like, am I talking to myself? Because that has happened. Where I might be by myself. Talking away, only to find out that nobody else is there. I feel like this almost needs to be a different color. Okay. I gotta tell you, these new holders for our stamps are lovely. So, I'm thinking what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to put this one here, this one here, this one here. Okay. And then we need a sentiment. So let me glue these ones down. So because this is vellum, we know that we have to be careful where we glue. But because this is going on here, I'm not going to stress out so much. Because if I just hold that there for a sec, I just realized the circle's not even glued down yet. Let me glue this one down. Okay, this gold one I think we're going to turn to a holiday card. Now I could have used my adhesive sheets for this, which might have been the wiser thing to do, but I'm not always the wisest, so. Okay. Now, oh, where's my die? Doo, doo, doo. There it is. Okay, let me die cut this out. I'm going to stamp this in Lost Lagoon. Now, how about you've been on my mind? Watching with interest. Hi, Kathy. How about we do you've been on my mind? I love that you're watching with interest, Margaret. I love it. Love it. It's just so difficult when you're on this side. You're like, what happened? Did I lose them? Okay. Been on my mind. You know we're using dimensionals, right? You know that's happening right now. So, Margaret, have you ever done this technique before? I'm just kind of putting everything to the side right now. And my take your pick tool is not here. Oh, neither's my did I take both pokers with me? Oh, hang on then. Let me get my backup stock. That's bizarre. Oh, no, my take your pick tool's right in front of me. I don't have to take my backup stock. I was like, I'm sure I did not take those for those kids to use. This is a take on Faux Patina, is what this one is. So I feel like this should have been a different color. I feel like this almost should have been crumb cake, to be quite honest. That's with me. I don't know. What do you think? Cool? Kathy, you have to go back and watch this from the beginning. Okay, so now let's take this one. Although it's got the blues in it, I think we can turn this one into a really nice holiday card. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm thinking, this is my vision. I'm thinking we can use the paper to do this one in the middle. And then we could actually use some of the sprigs. These sprigs. Right? Maybe even use some of the gold. like this gold. What do you think? Do you think we can do that? Do you think we can make that happen? Should we try it? I feel like we need to try it. Okay, so hang on. So we don't have to use this one. We could use this one. So 1 or 2. I just need you to pick. And I'm going to start pulling out paper to die cut. So we're going to die cut this paper is what we're going to do. So if you're just hopping on, I mentioned at the beginning there's some really big changes coming with me. So you're going to want to stay tuned for those. Okay. 1, 2. Just comment and then we will pick one of these to die cut. Lorna May says 2. Okay, if I do 2, I have to do it as a portrait card, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. 2. Okay. Friends are saying 2. That's fantastic. Okay, so 2 is actually a lot easier to cut out too, so thank you for that. Did I take my paper snips with me too? The other night, I sure did. Okay. I just like awesome sauce here. All right, here we go. So I am going to use my die cutting to cut this little lovely thing out. Now, do I want something to go behind this? Like, do I want like an oval or something to go? I'm kind of almost wanting like a green, maybe even a Lost Lagoon, or even, oh, this flower actually has pinks. I picked one that had pinks. That was not great, but that's okay. I could have done this one with blues in it. Do I want to do one with blues? I feel like we should. Keep with the color theme. What do we think? Okay, I'm going to die cut this wherever I put my die, right here. Okay, I'm just going to bend my die just a hair so that okay, so making sure nothing moves, which of course it did. Okay, hang on. Just hang on, guys. My paper moved on me. I almost lost the whole darn thing. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Okay, use the blue flower with the blues behind it. I love it. This I love, my friends. Okay, I might need this. Oh, I have this blue. I can use this blue. I feel like I need Lost Lagoon. I gotta use this blue to cut the oval out with. Okay, so hang on. I need to grab the other. I need to grab the other stamp set. Traditional labels, that's what I want. Okay, so this one coordinates with, right? So I could actually go over this and put some pinks in that if I wanted. Okay, so this one is too small. potentially. Well, I guess this is the same. Okay, let me cut this one out. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, this is pretty. Do you like the blue? Actually, you know what? Hang on. Back up the bus. This is actually Pool Party. That's actually Pool Party, friends. So we actually want to use this blue. So let's try that again. Try it again. It works a lot better when you have the right colors. Just saying. All right. There you go. All right. This will look a lot nicer now. Okay. You guys with me? Whoop, whoop. We got cards to design here, friends. We got cards to design. What do you think? Do you like it? Crumb cake? How am I doing? You guys let me know how she go. Lovely. Do you like the Lost Lagoon? I feel like it needs to be crumb cake. And the reason I say that is because this is Pool Party and this is Lost Lagoon. And I know they coordinate. I know. I just feel like this maybe would be a better. Or we could go completely out of the box and do it in red. What do you think? Any thoughts? Crumb cake. Kim says crumb cake. I kind of like the crumb cake. Okay, I need crumb cake base. That's not going to cut it because that's just a little piece. And that's a teeny weeny piece. So let me grab crumb cake. Lord knows I got tons of crumb cake somewhere. Let's just do this. What about Pool Party? I do like the crumb cake. Well, let's try a Pool Party. Let's try a Pool Party. Here, I'm going to give you just an idea before I go and cut this cardstock here. Ugh, come on. That's what the Pool Party would look like. So that's Pool Party. It's kind of pretty. How do we feel about that one? Anybody have any feelings? Okay, Kathy says she likes it, but crumb cake's okay too. Crumb cake I feel is a little bit more neutral. Like, okay. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? By golly gosh, this is our card and we can do whatever we want. Nobody's going to tell us it's wrong. Right? They're not going to tell us. We will not stand for that. Right? Okay. Let's go full party. Do we want a sentiment on this? As I'm cutting this up. I would actually use some really nice gold sentiments that I had, but I took those to the workshop the other night and they're out in my car. So that's not going to work out so well for me. Margaret says she likes it this way. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So this piece that I have behind is just a piece of scrap, so I've got to actually cut a piece. If you don't have a bone folder, what do you use? You use the edge of your bone or of your block. Sure you do. It's called improvisation. I'm becoming quite... Oh, this is so stunning, friends. Okay, let's get some glue on here. So does anybody think they might try this technique? Curious. It's actually really fun because you can like do the same thing but mix it up. Can you guys actually see what I'm doing? Did you order this paper, guys? Did you order it? It's gonna sell out again. Bam. What do you think? Do you like it? This could actually, technically, this doesn't even have to be a holiday card. This could be an anything card. Because there's nothing here that says it has to be holiday. Right? Okay, where's my other card? Right here. So, same technique. Different colors. Different embossing folders. Similar, but different. Lorna May says, love it. Margaret says, nice. Oh my gosh, did I glue that? Oh, I thought I glued them wrong. That would have been really funny. Not. I probably would have cried, actually. Kathy says, love it. Okay, so again, this is just a different take on it. So sometimes when we, as demonstrators, we rely on products and then all of a sudden they're gone, it makes it kind of difficult because we have our favorite techniques. And sometimes it makes it hard to create those techniques, but we always find improvisations. And this is one of them. by using embossing powder. So I'm pretty sure when this technique first came out, we used embossing powder, and then we decided, oh, why would we use that when we have metallic elements? And then metallic elements disappeared. And so now we're back to using embossing powder. So what's old is new all over again, right? Kim says, very nice. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, so do you think you would do this technique? Do you think you would try it? I really wish this was crumb cake. I really do. Anybody there? Anybody there? Okay. So, if you joined me on Monday, we did a card layout. Margaret says she thinks she will try it. It's very easy. Kim said she will. So all you really need is an embossing folder, Versamark, blends, or like something to mix your colors with, or like move your colors around, and embossing powder, right? So yeah, so that, my dear, are your 2 cards for tonight. Do you want to vote? There's only 1 and 2, but do you have a preference which one you like better? We'll say, let's do it this way, because this is the order that we did them in. So we'll say 1 or 2. Sheila, did you not do this one with us in the technique class? I think you might have, but with the, with the metallic elements, which were the little inks or paints. I make everything look easy. Well, these aren't that hard, Margaret. You just, yeah, it's just one of those things that once you see the idea, I know you can do it too. Yeah, I love them both, but this one is, yeah, this one's really, really nice. And if I put like just a sentiment right here, like just a happy holidays or just something small, right? Those white and gold sticker elements that I have would be very, very pretty right here. So, but they're in my car, so that's not going to happen. 2, and then 1, 2, 2, and then 1. Marlon says 1 and then 2. Beautiful. All right. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sheila says 1 and then 2. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to come back. Can I come back Monday night? I think I'm going to come back Monday night. With a card layout. Okay? I don't know what yet. I'll have to put some thought into it. But be sure to come back and join me on Monday for a nice layout. Hopefully something that you can recreate again. Yeah, and if you come across something that you're like, hey, I'd love to learn how to do this, just send me a screenshot, or if you have the website or what have you. That's always, always, always super helpful for me. So, and I love receiving those suggestions. So, anyway, hope you will join me Monday night. And we will talk to you very, very soon, and continue to have a great weekend. And I will see you Monday right here, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.